ligature marks. Who found her? There were 3 kids camping out up here. 2 boys, 1 girl. They'll be formally interviewed, but the girl woke up and found her here. Rushed to the phone booth and called it in. Did they see anything else? One of the boys reckons he got up for a piss at some stage and saw a torchlight back down the dune. He couldn't say how far. Thought it was someone night fishing. Don't know how lucid he was, though. I reckon they might have been indulging in some illicit activities up here. Vehicle parked up there at the top of the walk is hers? Still checking that, but we're assuming so. No keys in the ignition or on her person. Not sure if she drove it here to meet someone, but my initial thoughts are she was brought here post-mortem. From a different location? We'll need a closer look, but yes. For one, there's not enough blood given the depth of the fracture. We're looking the walkway over now, but she's definitely been moved. Her clothes are wet, soaked through. Well, the call's gone to homicide. They're sending someone up from Sydney now. Guess we'll see. They want to get here quickly, she said. We're tenning it, but it's a hard scene to contain. Not a lot of controls. Matthew looked back at the sheet. It had moved slightly, leaving one bare foot exposed, sickly pale like blue cheese. It hit him like a blow to his stomach. Looking at dead bodies was not something he wanted to make a habit of. Sneaking as close as he dared, he pressed the clicker on his camera until it locked, the roll exhausted. His luck pushed to its limit, he made his way back down the dune. Dad hadn't moved from his patch of carpet by the time Matthew got home. He looked at the clock in the kitchen. It was almost 7, at least 2 hours until the Treachery Chronicle office opened. He wasn't sure he could contain his excitement until then. He walked over to the pantry and pulled down a box of Weet-Bix. There were only 2 left, 1 less than his typical 3. He put them in a bowl and checked the fridge. Empty. He turned around and saw the milk carton on the bench next to the kettle, a tea bag sitting lonely in an otherwise empty cup. Pop? He raced into the lounge room and found his grandfather's chair empty. He ran upstairs and forced open the door to Pop's bedroom, smacked in the face by the rotten smell of cigarettes and night sweat. The bed was empty and unmade, Matthew guessing the empty milk carton had sent Pop wandering into town or down to the corner shop. Randall's news agency and grocery was just up the road, on the corner of Harris and Marrowan streets, next to the empty fish and chip shop. The road down was steep, the morning chill moistening Matthew's eyes as he sped down the hill. He slowed as he approached the corner and was surprised to see the doors to the chip shop open, boxes stacked up out the front. It had been empty for more than a year, since Mr. and Mrs. King retired. A man walked out onto the street carrying 3 milk crates in impossibly thick arms covered with tattoos. He was wearing a grey and white flannel with the sleeves cut off and a pair of footy shorts. His hair a buzz cut at the front and a long black plait halfway down his back. He dropped the crates and reached into his pocket for a pack of smokes, lighting one and turning towards Matthew. They locked eyes, and the man shot him a smile. Friendly, but with all the menace of a hard stare. It was the scariest face Matthew had ever seen. He waited until the man went back inside before riding past him to the news agency. Larry was out the front, pipe in his mouth, cutting the string off the paper stacks with a box cutter. "Morning, Larry," Matthew said. "Morning, Matty." Larry looked at him over the rim of his thick black glasses. "You're late." "I know," Matthew said. "I had something to do. Is Pop here?" "Yeah." Larry nodded past the streamers in the doorway. "Got here a little while ago." Matthew propped his bike against the front wall and went inside, pushing the streamers aside. Pop was sitting on a small stool next to the ice cream fridge just inside the door, arms folded, agitated. He had grey trousers on with a belt pulled tight, white singlet tucked in. He was wearing socks but no shoes, his mangled white hair sticking out at all angles. "Oh, Matthew, thank God," Rhonda said from behind the counter. "I was trying to call your place. Phone's disconnected. That explains it. We were out of milk. Did you try to nick much? Couple of cans of baked beans, thickened cream, mice traps, a packet of fish fingers, and milk. Sorry. Oh, it's quite all right, darling. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's." He fumbled around with change in his pocket, dropping it on the counter with a rattle. "Can I take the milk?" he asked. She slid the coins back to him. "Of course, sweetie.